Welcome to Twinkle Talk Bedtime Story.
The Cloudship's strange passengers. Alara was a girl who loved to invent, and her greatest invention of all was a ship that sailed on the clouds. It was a beautiful, shiny vessel with a big, round balloon and a basket woven from starlight. She called it the Cloud Clipper. One sunny morning, Alara packed a basket of sandwiches and set off on a journey. She waved goodbye to her workshop below and steered her Cloud Clipper into the big, blue sky. She loved the feeling of the wind in her hair and the sun on her face. But as she sailed, a strong gust of wind blew her hat right off her head. "Oh dear," cried Alara, "my favorite hat." She watched as it tumbled down, 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 until it landed on a fluffy white cloud. Suddenly, a tiny puff of smoke appeared on the cloud where her hat had landed. Out popped a small, soot-covered creature with big, curious eyes. It picked up the hat and looked up at Alara. "Hello there," Alara called down. "That's my hat. Could you please bring it back?" The little creature nodded eagerly and, with a great leap, jumped towards the Cloud Clipper. "Oh, thank you," Alara said as the creature landed with a plop. "You can ride with me if you like." The creature squeaked happily and found a cozy spot next to the picnic basket. A little while later, as they floated over a shimmering lake, Alara dropped her favorite spanner. "Oh no," she cried. "My lucky spanner." It fell with a splash into the water below. A sleek, green otter with a shiny nose popped its head out of the water. It saw the spanner sinking and, with a quick dive, retrieved it. The otter held the spanner up, looking at the sky. "Thank you, little friend," Alara shouted. "Would you like a ride?" The otter nodded, and with a wiggle and a splash, it climbed aboard the Cloud Clipper, shaking water everywhere. Now there were two new friends on the ship. They sailed on, but soon a big, fluffy cloud blocked their way. "We can't go through there," said Alara. "It's too thick." Suddenly, a loud whoosh came from the cloud. A fluffy white bird with a long, elegant neck burst through the side. It was carrying a small, glowing lantern in its beak. "You need a light to see the way," chirped the bird. "I can help." Alara smiled. "Thank you. You can join our crew." The bird landed gently on the edge of the basket. With the bird's lantern lighting the way, they sailed through the thick cloud. But as they came out the other side, Alara's map fluttered from her hands and was caught by a strong wind. A small, striped squirrel with a bushy tail scampered along a branch of a floating tree. It saw the map and, with a flick of its tail, caught it just before it disappeared. "My map!" Alara exclaimed. "You saved it!" The squirrel chattered happily and scurried over to the cloud ship. "Welcome aboard," Alara said, and the squirrel nestled in. Now the Cloud Clipper was full. Alara, the soot creature, the otter, the bird, and the squirrel all sailed together. But then a dark storm cloud appeared, rumbling and grumbling. The wind howled and the rain poured down. The Cloud Clipper began to wobble and shake. "Oh no," cried Alara. "We're going to fall." "Not if we work together," squeaked the soot creature. "Hold on tight," chirped the bird. "We can do it," chattered the squirrel. The otter grabbed a rope and tied it to a cloud. Together they pulled and pushed and steered the ship through the storm. Each friend used their special talent, and soon they were sailing safely on the other side. Alara smiled at her new friends. She had started her journey alone, but now she had a wonderful crew. The Cloud Clipper was full of friendship, and that was the best treasure of all.